What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing great. This is Jemz here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like my videos, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter just to keep up with any of my beat content and my tutorials. This is going to be a tutorial. My buddy Catchin' Z is a very talented artist, musician, singer, rapper. He's making some melodies, and he sent me some. He's like, I'm stuck. I want you to try to make something for me. So I've got this beat here that I've been working on, and I want to do a video on arrangement. I feel like a lot of people with non-musical backgrounds may struggle in this area because they don't know how many bars to put in each section. So I'm going to go through this loop that I have, show you what I did, and then arrange it out so it could be best suitable for an artist. And you can take those tips anywhere. You can use it in any DAW, any field of music too. If you want to do it for a band music, rock music, you can do that there too. So yeah, let's just get started. So I have this arrangement layout here. I went into this tab here, clicked time markers, and add one. If you're unfamiliar with this feature, I think it's really helpful because you can actually identify the different sections in a song, and it helps you lay out your visual mindset of what a song is going to look like. But the number one rule I have with arrangement is if you're working with an artist, talk to the artist about the song and how long they want their verses and how long they want their chorus or their hook, and how long they want the song in general, because that will kind of determine what you do with the rest of the song. So I feel like this song here is a little more emotional than a regular trap song. Trap songs are usually around 8 bars, so they're usually like this. And then because they're quick and they're easy to memorize, a lot of people, they're called a hook for a reason, because they want people to get caught up on that chorus, get a catchy chorus, and then listen to the rest of the song. So this song's a little more emotional. There's going to be some storytelling, I could imagine. So I'm going to make this 16 bars. And then the rest of it, I usually, when I lay out this, I go to the end and I look at how long I want the rest of the song. So if I'm just going to do this real quick, this outro, this is a good length of a song, like 3 minutes. I usually try to cut off around the 7th bar, and that makes the song 3 minutes, 21 seconds. That's pretty a good length. If you find issues with the length of a song, I will go into that in a second. But for now, this is a really good length of a song. And so what I did was I took the hook length and I doubled it with the verse. I think that's appropriate. A lot of people will do that. They'll do 8-bar phrases for trap songs for the hooks, and then they'll go into like a 32-bar phrase for a verse. Now, this is a 32-bar phrase, but because of the length of the song, I think it's appropriate to keep that verse length 32 bars. You could make it longer, but then you're running into a really long time issue, and unless your artist is ready to make a 4.5-minute song, I would stay away from that. So if you know that the artist that you're making for is a shorter artist, a shorter song artist likes to make shorter songs, then this is an appropriate layout for you. The ways you could remedy that is if you have a second verse in the song, you can make it either a verse or a bridge. A verse is basically the same idea as your first verse. You're saying some stuff, you're singing, you're rapping, you're progressing the hook. The verse here is going to be kind of like a mimic of that, but the way the bridge differs, it kind of gives a change of pace in the song, and it allows you to add a variety to the beat. So it kind of changes the tone. A lot of people change key on these bridges, like classic rock songs. Like you can hear them go up a key just to add a variety to it. That's a pretty popular thing. A lot of people call this like a pre-chorus too, where you add a different melody right before the hook again. These are all tools you can use. The thing I like to do sometimes is make the verse 2 or a bridge. If I'm doing a pre-chorus, I shorten the length of this by a bar. And then now if you look at this, if you bring this over, you can slide these over. Let me snap this to grid real quick. slide this outro over. Now, if you look at this, now your song is under 3 minutes. So if your artist says, I want it to be under 3 minutes, then this is a method you could do. You can add a variety with this verse, this bridge section, this pre-chorus, and have that as the arrangement. Now, it's very nice to have these block styles for just, generic, common time signature music. Keep it in blocks. So keep the intro either 8 bars or 16 bars. Keep it shorter because people lose interest unless there's something going on with the artist where they're maybe reading a poem or just free verse speaking for a while. Then you don't need that long of an intro. Like the song Diced Pineapples by Rick Ross, that has a super long intro, but that is also filled, so it sounds like it's part of the song. If you just have 32 bars of this beat just leading into somewhere, that's not really effective. That's not going to grasp your audience. So some tools you could do to make this song a full arrangement is this intro here is the guitar rhythm original, and it just repeats on this 9th bar, but I think a 16th bar intro would be nice to kind of like lead in this guitar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this guitar in, and I'm going to stop it here and then add a little bit. This is called a pickup note. So instead of it just coming on bar 9, it's going to lead in a little bit. I think that's nice. You can also do pickups with drums if you want. I'm just going to add a few drums here that I think suit the style. So I'm going to add a kick here, just a dry kick, no bass with it. I'm going to add this closed hi-hat that I made. It's like a kind of like a reverse texture. I really like it. It fits under the other hi-hat really well. But it's also nice soloed. And then I'm going to add like a side snare just to keep kind of like a timeline. So now all together. And then what I like to do is I like to cut it off here. Just a beat before. That helps to lead it in a bit, helps the transition. You can add transition effects. We might go back in later and add transition effects, but I kind of want to talk about transitions in a different video. So I might leave that be for now. And now laying these out, a lot of people just copy these over entirely and then take out the sections that they don't want. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to lay this out here, and then you can add effects to make these different sections stand out a bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into these channels and I'm going to add halftime with gross beat. This is a common thing a lot of people do with their verses and their choruses. They add halftime to make it a different kind of feel. It's a really cool interpretation of the melody that you already have, and I think for this song it sounds really nice. So I'm gonna create automation clips for these. Here we are. So I'm gonna have them do the same exact thing. So what this is, these are automation clips for these two melodies here. So I'm gonna insert this one with, oops, insert one here. This goes here. And now this goes here. So now what it sounds like is this. I think it sounds really, really cool. Now, I don't want that feel for the entire song, so I'm going to automate these sections in and kind of do lead it in with this intro section here. And then for the verses, I'm going to add this in. So let's do this. Now what this sounds like is, let me get this down. Okay. I'll start here. I think it's a really nice way to lead into the song, and then I want these verses to kind of speak out. First, I'm going to go back here and slide these over because I know for a fact I'm going to want a second chorus, not a pre-chorus or I'm sorry, oh shoot, or a verse. I want a full verse. I don't want a bridge. So I'm going to lay this out a bit longer. Sorry about that. So now what I'm going to do is every time the verse hits, I'm going to come back into that halftime feel. And then I can add different timings for when they come in and out. I really like leading the song back into the hook. And then the outro too. So I'm just going to mimic this with this pattern down here. This will add variety and texture to your song. And it's a really easy way for you to arrange this because you don't have to create another melody by doing it. The halftime creates the melody for you, so it's really nice. So right now, I just have it blocked off like this. And right when it hits the hook bar, it's going to cut back to the regular melody. I kind of like it when it leads in. And now that's up to personal taste, but I really like pickup notes. I really like transitions. I think they really help progress the song and, you know, kind of give you excitement for what's up next. So now with this, and then we can do the same thing as before. We could take out some drums. The bar before. Or you can leave some there, so like I can keep this hi-hat here for a little bit longer. You can just be creative with it. At this point, the beat is arranged, so you can just add little effects here to kind of enhance the beat and make it your own and make it fit around the artist. If you are working in this studio with an artist, you can offer these ideas and see if they like it, and if they have different ideas, maybe work with those ideas. With this this part here, what a lot of times I'll take out the bass and just leave these instruments just dry. So then take out maybe this hi-hat. So now this beat here, that's what a pre-chorus or a bridge could sound like. I'm just going to do the same thing as before, cut it off. I think that sounds really nice. And with this outro, what I like to do is I like to insert a track, come over to the master channel, click on create automation clip, and get the volume automation so that when you copy this value, paste it here, you can volume out, paste value, and maybe cut it off there. Now, I found that with this edition of FL Studio that I have, if you go over to the master volume here, like I used to do in FL12, and you try to do the volume automation, it won't do it. So you'll export your track and you won't have any volume automation. So go to the mixer channel and do it that way. That's the best way. And now this beat is arranged. The only thing that is missing is transitions to enhance the beat. If your artist isn't very comfortable with leading into different sections of the songs, it might help to add some transitions here. This song has enough transitions on its own with the cutouts and stuff, but I'm always a fan of adding little embellishments here or there, maybe like a rattle hit or cymbal hit, some textures that really fit into the beat. And I'll go into different transition effects that you can do. You can make your own transitions. I can show you how to do that in other videos, and that will really up your beat level to the next tier, because if you have those little features, they're going to stand out more than just arranging a beat block by block by block. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. This is just one example of multiple examples you can do. I tried to be as easy with it as possible, because it can be confusing if you've never wrote a song before and you're just in the studio making beats, to not really understand how to lay it out. And it always comes down to preference of the artist. So number one, talk to the artist. If you're not working with an artist, then you can really do what you want, but make it kind of symmetric in the way you do it. So have this 16-bar phrase intro or 8-bar intro, have this 16-bar hook or 8-bar hook, have this 32-bar hook or 16-bar hook or verse, sorry, and then just keep duplicating that until you get to a length that you find appropriate. Those are the tips that I have. Every song is different, but this is a way you can start getting comfortable with arranging. I really hope this video was helpful. Please, like I said in the beginning, subscribe, like the video, tell others. If you found it helpful, leave me a comment. Let me know if there's any issues that you have or any questions. You can hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. And until the next video, have a great day and peace.